So let's start the session. So in today's class, we are going to discuss the modules. So before discussing the modules, let us have a small recap whatever we have discussed in the last class, that is functions, because based on the functions only the modules are designed. So functions are nothing but a function. A single function is nothing but it is going to have a group of statements. Okay, group of statements are nothing but code. It is going to have a certain code inside that. Okay, a function will have a certain code in it will have a code inside that, and whenever you call this function in the backend, this particular code will be executed, right? So whenever you are calling a function, that code, whatever the code is inside that function, it will be executed. So while calling a function, when you are calling a particular function, we have to remember few things. First one, what are the things we have to remember is this function with how many number of arguments it has been designed. What are the number of arguments? Okay, number of arguments are also called as number of parameters. Arguments are also called as parameters. So any function will be designed based on some certain arguments or with respect to a parameters. For example, I'm creating a function, one function, def function name called as add. This is the function name, add. And inside that a comma b, I have given a two arguments, and c is equal to a plus b, and return the c value, right? So if you want, you can directly return the a plus b also. No need to give a c is equal to a plus b also. So now, while calling a function, the number of arguments should be same. Means while calling this one, this is called as defining a function. This is defining a function. And while calling the same function, we have to see the number of arguments. How many arguments are there for doing this one? This function was created with two arguments. Out of these two arguments, two of them are compulsory, mandatory arguments. None of them is default argument. So while calling also, you have to call with two arguments. For example, if one of them is default argument is created, something like this, then the second argument is of your choice. If you want to call, means you can call with the two arguments. If you want to call with single argument also, it will work. So this function was created with how many number of arguments? A function was created with how many number of arguments or number of parameters? And along with that, we have to see what are the default arguments. Okay, so we have to see the default arguments, the number of arguments, and what are the default arguments. So once we understand the default arguments and number of arguments, according to that, we can call that function. Without knowing the default arguments or number of arguments, we can't call the function or we can't work on the functions. Example of that is one of them is print function. In the print function, when we are working on the print function, print is one of the function in the Python. It is an inbuilt function. When we are calling this function, first we have to understand how many arguments it has been designed. So it has been designed with infinite number of arguments. Out of the arguments, what are the different types of arguments it is having? It is having positional arguments. At the same time, it is having the default arguments. Minimum one value you have to give, either variable name or value. For example, I'm taking the value. Two values I'm taking. The default separator is equal to space. If you don't write, by default, it is going to select. So if you write the default value, that is with respect to separator is equal to something you have given with the colon or something like this, then it is going to separate the values in between them. It is going to keep colon, 10 colon 20. It is going to give an output in this way. Now, in this function, when you are working on the print function, you have to understand what is this print function is. Means what are the arguments are there and what type of arguments it is going to take. First one is how many arguments. Second one, how many, what are the arguments? What are the arguments can be given? So here you can give with respect to int value, you can give float value, you can print the list value, anything. This function was created for anything, universal. But certain functions will be there. They are not created for universal. They are created only with certain things like list only, for list only. Like some of the values in a given list, I have created one function that is created for list only. That is not created for int object, right? So what are the arguments? We have to understand what are the arguments and how many default arguments are there? How many normal arguments are there? How many default arguments are there? For any function, we have to check this one, right? Understanding each and every function. If you understand each and every function in detail, that one, that is enough with respect to the Python. Python means it is going to have a group of functions. Multiple functions are there. From today, we are directly going to work only on the functions. But every function was written in the backend with the core Python. In the backend, only core Python. Till now, whatever we have discussed, any function in the entire Python was created using this one only. Okay. Now from today, we are going to discuss the functions. We are going to work on the functions. Where functions are the shortcuts, just one line. Any function is while calling a function, it is one line only, right? Just you have to call that function directly. Whatever the function was created, you have defined the function name is there. While calling, you have to call with a single name. Just it is a one line of code. From today, we are going to work on the one lines of code. Means the shortcuts. We are going to work on the shortcuts. But every function was created with a group of codes, right? Group of lines. Now, in today's class, we are going to start the next concept called as modules. Next concept name is called as modules. Sir, what is meant by modules? First question, what is meant by module? Module is nothing but a group of functions. Already you have completed functions, right? Now a group of functions is called as module. Means just take a file. In the file, create one function. Okay, in the IPNB file, in the last class, we have created one function. One more function, create one more function, create one more function, create one more function, create one more function, like this. Minimum one function to maximum infinite. Minimum one to maximum infinite. Okay. So one function to infinite number of functions. You can create minimum one to infinite number of functions and save this all the functions in one location is called as module. A group of functions. Simply to say, it is a group of functions, right? So just I'm going to create a module. In the modules also. So modules means a group of functions or a variable saved to a Python file, which is nothing but called as module, right? In the modules, we are having two types of modules are there. First one is called as inbuilt module. The second one is called as user-defined module. Okay, first one is called as inbuilt and second one is called as user-defined. Now, what is meant by inbuilt? Inbuilt means it is having by default. Means while installing the Python itself, these modules has been installed. Okay, they are called as inbuilt modules. Okay, second one is called as user-defined module. User-defined module means user has created the module. Similar kind of, in the last class, we have discussed the inbuilt functions and user-defined functions. Same to same. Okay, how we have discussed inbuilt functions and user-defined functions, in the same manner, we are having inbuilt modules and user-defined modules, right? Now, what are these inbuilt modules and user-defined modules? So I'm going to create a user-defined modules somewhere, wherever you are interested, you can create. So how to create a user-defined module? Just simple. I'm going to open one notepad. Okay. And inside this, I'm going to write def. Add is the function. I'm going to add a comma b colon. Okay. And c is equal to a plus b. And return the c value. Okay. This is function number one. This should be as per the Python syntax. Otherwise, it will throw an error, syntax error as common. Okay. So till now, whatever we have discussed, the same thing. Nothing special is there. Okay. Now here modules means something will come into picture. Nothing will there. If you copy this normal function and if you copy into the Jupyter notebook and if you execute, what happens? The same answer will come here also. There will be no difference. Okay. Next, def sub of a comma b. Okay. Colon. C is equal to a plus b and return C. This is second function. Third one, I'm going to create with a variable, some variable x is equal to 9, some variable called as x. So here I'm taking a small example where I'm having only two functions and one variable name. Okay, as I have told you earlier, this module is a group of functions or variable saved to a Python file. So now this one, whatever you are having, click on the save as. Click on save as, not save, save as. Once you click on the save as, type the name, whatever the name you want. That is your module name. I'm going to create my module name called as SRK. This is my module name. I'm going to create my module name as srk.py. Now it is a Python file. Now, if you remember in the first class, I have told you how to create a Python code in a notepad and how to execute in a command prompt. Do you remember? So here I'm not going to execute, just I'm going to save. Just this one, click on the save. Okay. Now it is getting saved. So this file srk.py was created. If you click on the properties, it is a py file. It is not a notepad file. It is not a text file. It is a py file. Where this py file was created with two functions and one variable. Okay. Now let us execute this one. Now how to execute this? Now here, how to execute this one means simple. User-defined modules you can create and you can work by simply import srk. Import srk. If you click on import srk, now, sir, this srk file is available in the desktop. Okay, just give me a minute. I already told you what is meant by working directory. What is meant by working directory? Working directory means working directory. Working directory means wherever your Jupyter notebook or your Python file is located. Location where your Python file is available. Okay, is available. Location where your Python file is available is called as working directory. Now here, this is 10.modules is IPNB file. I'm working on my IPNB file called as 10.modules.ipynb file. This is the file which I'm working as of now. Now, this file is available. Where it is available exactly to know how I can check the means import OS. Import OS. OS.getcwd. If you type this one, it is going to give you the current working directory. So import OS. In the OS, get means get whatever the things. CWD means current working directory. So you can get a import OS and os.getcwd. Now you'll get the current working directory. Current working directory means where this 10.modules.ipnb file is located. Means whatever you are saying, this IPNB file, some Jupyter notebook file you are saying, right? This file where it is available, you can see that one. That file is available in the D inside that NIT within that core Python. So open the in the D drive inside that NIT, inside that 01 core Python. This is the 10.modules.ipnb file which I am working. This is the file which I am working. Okay, this is the file which I am working as of now. Now this file, whatever the file you are checking. So the one more option we are having, simply PWD. PWD also will give the same answer. Either this one or this one. Whichever you feel easy, that is easy. My choice is this one. Instead of importing and doing all two lines, just write PWD. PWD means present working directory. CWD means current working directory. Both are same. Okay, simply if you write PWD also, you will get your current working directory. Okay. So, right? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I will rectify. So here we are having current working directory to check. One is import OS and os.getcwd, and second one is PWD. Okay, two options we are having. Now I'm going to work on the user-defined modules. Import SRK. Any module if you want to execute and if you want to work in the Python means you have to import that one. Okay, first you have to import SRK. Import SRK means now 1 minute. So here what I'm going to do is, now I have created one module called as srk.py, which is on the desktop. Okay, as of now you can see this is available in the desktop. Now I'm going to click on the import SRK. Now it is saying that no module found. No module found means why it is saying no module found error? Because my working directory, this is my working directory where 10.ipnb modules.ipnb file is there. This is my folder where it is my working directory. Now what it is going to do here, it is going to type srk.py. It is going to check in your current working directory whether srk.py is available or not. srk.py is not available in your working directory. So that is the reason it is going to throw error. Now where it is available? On the desktop it is available. So on the desktop it is available means some other folder it is available. So it is going to throw an error that no module found. Now if it has to work means you have to do one. Simply from here, instead of desktop, copy this same thing wherever your file is there. Jupyter notebook file is there. My Jupyter notebook file is in the one core Python. I'm copying here. Okay, I'm copying here. Now my Jupyter notebook, this is my Jupyter notebook, and this is SRK file. Both of them in the same folder. Since both of them in the same folder means in your working directory only your SRK module is available. In your working directory your SRK module is available. So now if you execute, it will work. Okay. Import module, user-defined module will work only if that module is available in your working directory. Okay, this will work only when we have the user-defined module in our working directory. Okay, this should be in your working directory. Now, sir, okay, sir, import SRK. Now, what is the meaning of import SRK? Import SRK you have done, you have executed and you are showing something and something, all these things. Now, what happens? Import SRK means in the backend, these functions, whatever the functions you have created in the SRK folder, these functions will be saved in the backend. Okay, in the sub, I am going to write a minus b, not a plus b. Okay, these functions, whatever the functions are there, these functions will be saved. These functions will be saved in the backend. Once you have imported, these functions will be saved in the backend. Now, srk.add 10, 20. Now what happens? Yes, import SRK. SRK means these things will be imported. All the things will be imported. Each and everything. All the functions will be imported. Now within the SRK, it will check within the SRK, add function is available or not. First it will check SRK. SRK means you have imported or not. First it will check. Okay, imported. Now it will go within the SRK, A add. Sir, already you have imported SRK. Then why you are writing again SRK dot? Because for example, you have imported SRK py file. You have imported Siva. This is one more different file. Two files are there. In the both the files, add is the function is available. Which function it has to work? That function or this function? In that, for example, you have created one more py file called as siva.py. Inside that, def add abc. You have given 3 arguments where d is equal to a plus b plus c and return the d. Now simply you are asking add of 10, 20 means whether it has to select this one or whether it has to select this one. Assume that both of them you have imported. That one you have imported and this one also imported. So that is the reason. First we have to write the module name. Reason behind that is that. Okay. So the module name once you have written, now it is going to check only the srk.py file. Whatever the srk.py file is there, inside that it will check whether add function is available or not. Yes, add function is available. And here number of 2 arguments and here the number of 2 arguments are same. So now it is going to execute this particular function. What is this function? As add of 10, 20. So this will be 10 and this will be 20. C is equal to 10 plus 20 and return the 30. It is going to return the 30. The output will be 30. Is that clear? Now, sir, let us take like this. SRK dot. Okay, you are saying SRK dot means first it will go to SRK.py and it will check what are the function you have written. Now let us take like this. SRK dot div 10, 20. Now again it is going to open the SRK file. Already imported, right? Imported means backend it is going to have. Just it is going to open when it div is a function name is available or not. Since it is not available, it is going to throw an error that that particular attribute is not available. Each function is called as attribute in the module. Everything is called as attribute. Every function is called as attribute in the module. In the module, they are called as attributes. They're part of the module. They are not separately called as functions. Without module, they are called as functions. In modules, they are called as attributes. Is that clear? Is that clear, guys? So just srk.div 10, 20. Now this particular attribute is available or not, it is going to check. So it is not available, so it is going to throw an error. Whereas sub sub is available or not? Yes. So it is going to check whether sub is available. Yes, sub is available. So sub will work. What is the function is there? The function will work. Inside the function, 2 lines is there, 20 lines is there, 40 lines is there. That is secondary. Function will execute. That function, whatever the attribute is there, that attribute will be executed. Okay. Now sub of 10, 20, the number of arguments here and here, the number of arguments are same. So it is going to execute. Whatever the answer is there. Now, sir, why again it is showing 10, 20, 30, sir? Why it is doing a plus b, a minus b, right? You have to click on the save. Once you have saved, here also you have to re-import that one. This one was imported, the old functions you have imported. Now new functions you have to import, right? Whatever the new functions are there, that you have to import. So I'm going to restart once again. One time if you import means, it will be imported. You don't need to import multiple times, one time only. Import has to be done one time. One time you have imported means entire py file will execute in the backend, right? Now import srk. Now you can see the answer with respect to 10, 20 means it is going to do 10 minus 20, that is minus 10. It is returning minus 10. Now it is clear. This file, once you click on the save, this same file has to be re-imported once again in here. Otherwise, by default, the old one will be imported. Once you have imported means all the files will be saved in the backend. Though you have done the modifications also, Python don't know that one unless you re-import that one. Is that clear? Now, sir, here the number of arguments are not same. Assume that function is available, but arguments are not same. Then what happens? In the functions we already seen, if the arguments are not same, then it is going to throw an error that requires 2 arguments, but it has given only 1 argument. Sir, here I am going to create a function with a is equal to a comma b, but whereas b, I'm going to keep default value 30. Some value like this, and I'm going to create a function. Click on the save. Okay, again, re-import the SR case. So restart the kernel. I mean, fresh, completely fresh from the starting. Okay, once again, it has imported. And now add 10, 20 is common. Sub of 10 means sub function is available. Yes, available. And that too, in this arguments, you have give only 1 argument. Second argument is optional. If you don't give also no problem. So second argument automatically it is considering as 30. Now 10 minus 30, it is going to return the minus 20. Sir, Okay, you are working fine, but how I can know? You have opened the subfile like this and right side you are opening like this. Okay, well and good. But how I can know that whether B is default argument and default value also given as 30? How I can know? That you have to see in the help file. But everything, any new function you are working on the Python means that you have, whenever you are learning something, you have to open the help file. None of them will know everything, right? Whenever you want to learn means some book we required, some material we required, or some person guidance we required. Here the person notes, guidance, everything is one and only called as help file. In the companies, we'll open the help file. Anything, whenever we are working, anytime we are getting a doubt miss, the first priority will give to the help file. First, we'll open the help file and we'll read the code and how that code was designed. Miss, here the code will not be there. Code will not be there. So here you can see only srk.sub where A and B of 30 is taken. Arguments we can see clearly. And what is the purpose of this one was created, you can see. Here in this case, I have not created any documentation string. You know that documentation string, that is comment. I have not written any kind of comment, so it is not going to show anything. If you have created some kind of documentation string, it will show what is the purpose of creation of this particular function. Is that clear? Now, similarly, there is inbuilt module called as math. There is a module called as math. Okay, let us click on the import math. Now math means what happens? Math.py file. There is a py file called as math.py that will be working in the backend. Inside that py file, how many functions and how many variables and whatever is there, everything will be executed in the backend. Everything will be saved in the back. Sir, how many functions are there inside the math? How I can know? Just you have to click on the help of math. Help of math means open that particular directory. So it is going to open that particular py file, entire py file. Sir, import math. Math is a inbuilt module. Inbuilt module no need to have in your working directory. That py file no need to be available in your working directory. That is not a compulsory. Only user defined modules, whatever you have created, that should be in your working directory. This is automatically, while installing this Python itself, automatically these modules has been installed. Okay. Now, so this math, inside this math, see what are the functions we are having, miss? These are the various functions. Almost 60 to 70 functions are there. Sir, all these 70 functions we are going to use, miss, you are a mathematician. If you are a mathematician, miss, you are going to use. If you require, miss, for example, trigonometry you are required, sine theta you required, you are going to use. As a data scientist, I don't require sine theta. In my entire career, I have never used it as sine theta. So what is the use of learning sine theta? Time waste, memory waste. Okay, I know that I can't remember more things. Why I have to waste my valuable brain space for these unnecessary things? Okay, so I'm not going to waste my unnecessary things. No, sir, I want to learn, sir, miss, go and learn as per your choice. If tomorrow you are working as a mathematician, miss, obviously you have to learn all these things. If you are working as a data scientist, miss, whatever the data scientist required functions are there, that you have to learn. I have already told you, almost in the Python, I want to learn all the functions, miss. It will take for you at least 4 to 5 years for seeing what are the functions are available on. To my knowledge, if my guess is correct, I don't know exact number. If my guess is correct, at least 5 lakh functions are available in Python. Okay, for 5 lakh functions, different arguments are there. For that different arguments, different returns are there. All of them we don't require. Okay, so here in the help file, okay, if you see here in the help file, in that one of the help file is with respect to factorial. So factorial. Okay, inside the math, there is a function name called as factorial. Means math.py, there is a math.py. Inside that math.py, there is a function, one function they have created with factorial. The name they have kept as factorial, and by giving one argument. And inside that, they have written the code, some code, and they're going to return. Now, return whatever the value is there, that value it is going to return, right? Now, how to call this function? How to call this function? Means simple. How to call? Math.factorial. Okay, math.factorial. Now, for factorial, what are the number of arguments it has to? We have to give one argument, and it is going to return the value factorial of 5. So just now, how in the backend, what is the code? Here in the user-defined module, I have shown you the code also. It is going to take these 2 arguments and enters into the. It is going to execute the function. Inside the function, we are having C is equal to A plus B. So it is going to do 10 plus 20. C is equal to 30. Return 30. So it is going to give output as 30. I have shown you clearly. Whereas this one, the code will not be visible. You can't get the code, and nothing code you can get. Only the thing is, what is the use of this function? If you open the help file, if you click on the shift tab, here you can see this math.factorial. It is going to take only one argument, that is compulsory argument. Sir, how you can know this is compulsory argument or default argument? Means for default argument is equal to will be there. Since is equal to is not there for that argument, so it is compulsory argument. Is equal to is there means default argument. Simple, right? Now find x factorial. So what is the use of this one? Means it is going to find the factorial of whatever the value you have given. So value I have given 5. So 5 factorial is 120. Similarly, there is one more function inside this called as exp. Okay, exp. Exp means return e raised to the power of x. E power x. Exp returns the e power x. Okay, so here mat.exp of 2. Here whatever the value you are entering is x, and it is going to return the e power 2. That is 2.7 to the whole square. It is going to return that one. E means nothing but exponential e, which is nothing but 2.781. Right? So just it is going to return the value. Next, there is one more function called as square root, sqrt. Inside this, one more example one I am showing. Okay, whichever the functions you require, you can learn that one. Example, we are having one more function called as sqrt, square root. So it is going to return the square root of x. So what is the function? Sqrt of x they have created. X a is equal to x to the power of 1 by 2. That is 0.5. Return a. This is the code they have written. Whether a they have taken a, b, c, don't ask that question. Don't ask what is the name they have created. Here the argument was x, and it is going to return the square root of x. This is the backend code they have written. We have to assume. We can't see that backend code. Now, how to execute this one means just math.square root. Square root means sqrt is available. That too, if you ask caps lock sqrt, this is not available. Here the function was available is small sqrt. So you have to call with the small sqrt only. The number of arguments are one argument. So you have to call with one argument. Now it is going to take the square root of that 4, and it is going to return the 2.0. It is going to return the 2.0, right? Similarly, there is one more function called as power. Okay, so power, where power takes the 2 arguments, x comma y, and it is going to return x to the power of y. So what is the function they have created? Means defer power of x, a is equal to x comma y, x to the power of y, and return a. So now you are asking math means within that math.py file, there is a POW function is available. Execute that file by using these 2 arguments. Execute that particular function by using these 2 arguments. That is 2 comma 3. So 2 comma 3 means 2 to the power of 3. 2 power 3. 2 cube, which is nothing but 8. So it is going to return the answer as 8. Is that clear, guys? Done? Sir, it is returning 8.0, 2.0. No, sir, I want int only. Miss, take it as int. Convert. Typecasting is there, right? If you are interested in that int only, miss. Sir, how I can know whether it is going to return the int or whether it is going to return the float? If it returns int means what happens? If it returns float means what happens? For what purpose you are doing that one? To do some mathematical calculations. For mathematical calculations, whether it is 2 is what happens? 2.0 means what happens? Tell me what is the purpose? Why 2 only you require? Instead of 2.0, 2, if 2 comes means what happens? 2.0 comes means what happens for you? Sir, maybe like in the certification, if they ask Microsoft certification or some other certifications, math.square root of 4 and a 2 and b 2.0. Now, how I can remember, sir? No stupid will ask like these questions. Microsoft also knows that one. Okay, Microsoft also knows that one. Microsoft or any other example. Those people also knows that what is the importance of modules and what purpose modules was created. Silly things they not focus. Right? So why I'm saying this one is because some students will ask me, sir, here 8.0, why it is not printing 8, why it is printing 8.0? If it is printing 8 means what happens? 8.0 means what happens? 8 also, the answer will be, if you want to do something addition, 8, if you add 8 also the same thing, if you add with 8.0 also, answer will be the same. What is the problem? For what purpose you are doing that code, that is you are living, and which are unimportant things you are focusing. Okay. So for if you are doing this function, this particular things we are using means in real life when we are going to use for mathematical purpose. For max, if dot is there means what happens? If dot is not there means situation. Is the situation is they are checking with the object and they are comparing with the data type means, then that is the situation means that is important. If they are not comparing the data type means you don't need to focus on the data type. That is not important for us. Okay. Is that clear, guys? So modules examples are with respect to one of the inbuilt module I have shown you, math module. One module I have created user-defined modules. So user-defined modules where SRK, where I have imported SRK and I have shown you how it is the module will work means in the module the functions will be there. So tomorrow we are going to work on the NumPy. NumPy. Okay, NumPy is a library or it is also a module. Okay, and the pandas and SkyPy, sklearn and Keras for artificial intelligence, Keras for natural language processing, NLTK, and for computer vision, that is images or videos, recognitions, all these things, OpenCV. These are all called as libraries. Now, within the each library, there are certain modules are available. If only one module is available, means then directly it is called as module. Inside that, again, subdivided modules are there, means, for example, there is a library. In a library, we are having multiple modules, module 1, module 2, module 3. We are having like this. And inside the module, again, we are having functions, multiple functions, multiple functions will be there, right? If a library consists of multiple modules, means multiple py files are kept in a same folder. In one folder, multiple py files are there, means then it is called as library. If only one module is there, if a library consists of only one module, then that particular library is also called as module. You can call it as module or you can call it as library. Both are same. That is only module, that is only library, right? For example, tomorrow we are going to discuss NumPy. As I have written earlier, NumPy, Pandas, Scikit-learn, SkyPy, all these things. What are the things we are going to learn? These are called as libraries or modules. What are the things means? Inside this, there are multiple functions are available. Function 1, function 2, function 3, like this, multiple functions are there. Just we are going to execute these functions by giving the input arguments. And learning the NumPy by giving what are the different functions are available inside the NumPy means NumPy is completed. What are the various functions are available within the Pandas if you learn means Pandas is completed. What are the various functions are available within the Scikit-learn sklearn if you learn means machine learning is completed. In the machine learning, every machine learning algorithm is one function. Every machine learning algorithm is one function which is available in the sklearn. Every artificial intelligence algorithm is a function within the Keras. Every algorithm which is available within the related to natural language processing is a function within the NLTK. Just we are going to learn the functions. What are the functions are available, and for each function, what are the arguments are required. Okay. So, for example, in the Pandas we are having, there is a function called as replace. Okay, in the Pandas there is a function called as replace. Now, what is meant by replace? It is going to replace the value, old value, it is going to replace with the new value. Just you have to take a dictionary, the old value and new value. This is the syntax. This is a function. In the function, the argument is dictionary is the argument. You can't give us the list as the argument. Dictionary is the argument. Okay. For this, it is having a default argument called as in place is the default argument. In place is equal to true. If you write means default is false. Default is false. What is meant by in place? In place means it is going to replace in the original one. False means it is not going to default in the replace in the original one. You have to save into a separate one. If you write in place is equal to true means it is going to replace in the original one directly. This is called as default argument. This is called as compulsory argument. Compulsory argument is dictionary. We have to use the dictionary. If you understand this one, replace function is okay. Whenever you want to replace, you are going to use the replace as per your requirement. If you don't want to replace means you are not going to use. Just in the Pandas, what is meant by Pandas means Pandas is nothing but it is having a set of functions. Advanced functions are there. Okay, NumPy. What is meant by NumPy? In the NumPy, we are having some functions are available. Just we are going to learn the functions and what is the use of each function is called as data science. If you learn this, for example, NumPy, Pandas, sklearn, Keras, NLTK, SkyPy. Okay, these are the 6 different modules or libraries. So in these libraries, whatever the functions are available, if I learn myself, you can become yourself as a data scientist. No need of SRK also. No need of Naresh ID also. Learning of various functions which are available inside this modules is called as data science. Learn means just copy pasting, not understanding how it works. What is the use? When we have to use? Where we have to use? What is the real-time application? That is more important. Copying the code means just you can copy even from the Google also, right? Is that clear, guys? Now, user-defined functions. User defined functions means, sir, how many user defined modules are important for data science? Approximately 40 modules approximately. Okay, for that, don't worry, sir, we have to remember all these things. Miss, obviously once you practice, miss, you can remember easily. The multiple times you practice, automatically you'll remember. Print function, once you are learning the print function for the first time, it will be difficult. Or what is the concepts of print and what are the different this one, when you are learning for the first time, it will be difficult. After practicing now, print is common for you. Typecasting, earlier in the first class you didn't understand what is meant by typecasting, when we are going to use that one. Now you know that one, right? So once you practice for multiple times, the same thing you are doing the same time multiple times, if you are practicing means or doing revision means, that will be easy on. Is that clear, guys? Now, how to work on the user defined modules means, any user defined module as per your choice, any user defined module you can create and you can name it as per your choice. Inside that, whatever the functions you want, you can keep. And these user defined modules, if you want to work miss, these user defined modules should be in your working directory. Don't forget that one. Sir, assume that file, whatever the file is there, that is in the other location. For example, let us take srk.py. I'm doing the cut, not copy, cut. I'm doing the cut, and I'm going to keep it is in the somewhere like in NIT, not this here. Let us keep in doubts. Okay. So now if you observe here in NIT core Python, here there is no srk.py. Is there any srk.py? No, right? So here it is not available. Now, okay, I'm restarting the kernel from the starting, because already srk was imported, right? I want to erase everything. I'm erasing. Restarting means again fresh, completely fresh. Now, import srk. Now it is saying that no module found. Now, module, where is my module is available? User module is available in the doubts folder. Whatever the doubts folder is available in the D drive. In the D drive, doubts is the folder name. Okay. So doubts is the folder. Inside this srk file is available. Where is, okay, where is my IPNB file is available? Means my Jupyter notebook file. Whatever the Jupyter notebook file is available, present, whatever the file I'm executing, this file, where it is available? Inside the D and NIT, inside that core Python. It is available here. This is available in one location. This is available in one location. Both are in the different folders. Now, I told you, if both of them are in different folders, it is going to throw an no module found error. Option one is, you have to bring this module file into this one, wherever your Jupyter notebook is there. You have to work like this. This is option number one. We are having one more option also. One more option also is available. And whichever you feel easy, that is the best option. Don't ask which is the best option. Always don't ask which is the best. Whichever we feel easy, that is always it is the best. There is no rule, right? Now, option one is directly copy that one. So first you check your current working directory, which is D, NIT or core Python. You can check by using current working directory CWD or PWD. So this is also one of the module. Inside that module, this function is available. This function was created with no arguments. So this function was created with no arguments. We have to call also this function with the no arguments only. This is also one of the module. Now you can understand import OS means. What is the meaning? Import OS means os.py file is available. Since it is a inbuilt module, no need to separately call that. No need to separately save that one in your working directory. Okay, os.get CWD means it is going to open inside the OS. Is there any function was created with def get CWD, and it is going to execute whatever the code is there inside that one, and it is working, right? Now, how this is one option. What is the first option I have told you? If both of them are in the different folders, miss. If both of them are in different folders, if both of them are in different folders, then how to execute miss? Option number one. Copy the module.py file into your working directory. Wherever your working directory is there, copy that one. This is option number one, and which is the easiest one. Option number two. Change your working directory. File will be as is, but directory will be changed. Change the working directory. You can change the working directory. Okay. Now, sir, what is meant by change working directory? What is meant by this? Copy the module.py file into your working directory. Okay, it is clear. Now, what is by this change working directory? Now, I have told you, whenever you are working on a module, Okay. Whenever you are working on a module, when you are working on import.srk, what it is going to do? It is going to check whether srk.py file is available in this working directory. Wherever the working directory, your working directory is that is DNIT core Python. Inside that, it is going to check srk.py is available or not. Now here it is not available. Now what I'm going to change the working directory. So working directory means where my py file is available. Where my py file is available? In the D doubts. Copy this one. Whatever the path is there, D doubts path. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to change the working directory. Import OS. In the OS, change ch directory. Ch directory means change directory. Ch stands for change. Okay, directory, change directory. So I'm going to change the directory to D. Inside the D doubts, this folder. So where you have to use double backslash or one forward slash. So backslash you are using means double backslash. You have to use double backslash. Now automatically your working directory will be changed to this location. Now earlier I have asked os.cwd get to working directory means it has shown this one. Now the working directory was set to this one. Set to this one means your Jupyter notebook has been copied in the backend to there. No, Jupyter notebook is there only. Jupyter notebook is not going to change. Now, whenever I'm going to use this import.srk, now it is going to check srk.py file, not here, because this is not my working directory. It is going to check here in this particular folder srk.py is available or not. It is going to check here. It is checking here. So it will go to the D doubts. Here it will type the srk.py is available or not. And since it is available, it is going to import. Now this one will be work. Is that clear now? Just srk.py file, checking that one. Where it has to check means instead of checking in this folder, it will check in this folder. That's it. Python file, whatever the Jupyter notebook file is, that Jupyter notebook will be same in the same DNIT core Python. It is not going to copy. The file will not be copied. Okay, just instead of checking there, it will check here srk.py is available or not, right? And you can work on the srk module. This is option number 2. Change the working directory and execute. One is copy that module into your file or change the working directory. 2 options you are having. Whichever the option you feel easy, that is the best option. Okay, so if you remember in the first class, how to execute the Python file means I have shown you. Create a Python file in a notepad. One Python file in a notepad. So now, just one more time I'm going to do. So in the DNIT, here I'm going to create one notepad file. This notepad, I'm going to keep it as some A is equal to 10, B is equal to 20. Okay, print A plus B. Okay, this is the file. This is the name. Click on the save as. Click on name, some name. You name it as some kind of example.py. Name it as example.py. Okay, now it is going to be saved as example.py file. Now, this file, if you want to execute in command prompt, how we are going to execute in the command prompt? First, it is going to show this is the default working directory. For example, here, if you write py dot space example.py, it is going to throw an error. If you observe this error, what is the error means? No such file or directory. Why? Why it is saying like that? Because it is checking where in the C users admin, in that folder it is checking. In that folder, example.py file, it is checking. It is going to the C drive. Just it is opening the C drive. In the C drive users, inside the users, it is going to open the admin. Now here it is checking srk.py, example.py is available or not. It is checking here. It should not check here. It has to check where it has to check. In the D drive, here I have kept this one. It has to check here. Here it is available. It has to check here. How it can check there? By changing the directory. You have to change the directory. This is changing the directory. For changing the directory in the command prompt, we have to use with respect to D colon. Okay, CD. CD means change directory. And within that CD, you have to use this doubts, whatever the doubts you are having. Now, automatically, it is going to change the directory to this one. Now, the same py, whatever I have written here, just observe what is the difference. This is the working, at the time, this is the working directory. Now, the working directory was changed to here. That is the only difference. Now, I'm writing the same code, py example.py, same to same, right? Oh, it is not available in the NIT, right? It is available in NIT, DNIT. So change it to DNIT. CD D NIT, small letters or caps lock? Caps lock NIT. Okay, now py dot py space example dot py. Okay, it is going to execute one and it is going to print the answer. What is the difference between this line, this is line, and this line? What is the difference between these two? Just you have changed the path. You have written the same py example.py, py example.py. This one and this one both are same. Only the first one, whatever is there, instead of this you have. This is called as changing the working directory. Okay, the same thing I have done here also. In the modules also I have done the same. Just I'm changing the path. File I am not going to touch. Py file will be as it is only. Path will be changed and location was changed. So dev doubts folder has been changed. Now it is going to work there. Is that clear? Now, what are the various options are available for the import? What are the various options are there? Miss one, import SRK. Directly, this is the first option. Import SRK means SRK module will be imported as it is. And inside that, whatever the functions are there, we are going to work. SRK.x. In the D doubts, inside doubts, SRK. Now this file was imported. SRK.x. What is x? 9. So it is going to print the 9. SRK.add 10, 20. Add function is available. That two arguments are available. So 10, 20. That is C is equal to 10 plus 20 and return C. So return the 30 value. Sub of 10, 20. 10 and B value will be considered as 20 and C is equal to 10 minus 20. Return the C, that is minus 10. So 9, 30 minus 10. It is going to print in this way. Okay. If you don't write this one, automatically by default B will be considered as 30 because this function was created with one default argument of 30. So it is going to work on the 30. That is minus 20. 10 minus 30, that is minus 20. It is going to print. This is option number 1. Okay, till now whatever we have discussed is this option. Now we are having one more option called as renaming the module at the time of import. I'm going to import SRK as M. Means whenever I want to write SRK, instead of writing SRK multiple times, I will write shortcut called as M. Sir, SRK is 3 letters only now. For that also shortcut is required. If you require miss, right? No, sir. For example, let us assume this py file I have created with Siva Rama Krishna. Siva space Rama space Krishna cannot be used because module name also consists of variable name rule only. What are the variable names rules are available? The same rule is available for the module also. Naming will be same. Function name cannot be with function names, module names, everything. Naming should be as per the variable name syntax. Whatever the rules are applicable for the variable name, the same rules are applicable for here also. Okay. So Sivrama Krishna, I have written Sivrama Krishna with no spaces. So this is acceptable. .py is there. Every time Sivrama Krishna .s, Sivrama Krishna .add of x comma y, Sivrama Krishna .sub of 10, 20. Every time I can't use Sivrama Krishna, Sivrama Krishna, Sivrama Krishna like this, right? At that time, what we are going to use? Import Sivrama Krishna .py file. What are the py file is there? As SRK. Shortcut as SRK. Right? Similarly, then what happens if you are importing like this? Wherever the Sivrama Krishna .add is there, you can use SRK.add. Whenever there's some kind of long one is there, for that shortcut we are going to create. So SRK I'm going to import as M. M.x. What is meant by M.x? Means SRK.m is nothing but SRK only. SRK.x only. In the back, it is going to execute the same. SRK.x. M.add of 10, 20. Means SRK.add of 10, 20. M.sub of 10, 20 means SRK.sub of 10, 20. Again, it is going to print the same. As it is, same answer will remain same. There will be no difference. Okay. Instead of using SRK every time, you are using M shortcut. Okay. This is option number 2. Option number 3. From that particular module, whichever the function is required, only import that one. Don't import others. For example, I'm going to restart the kernel once again. Already imported means once the functions will be loaded. Once all the functions, one time you have imported means all the functions will work in the backend. Now, once again, I'm executing. That is changing the working directory. I have to change the working directory, like otherwise it will not import. Now I have changed the working directory. Now what happens? From SRK import add. From SRK import the add function. Add function means you are going to import this particular add function from the SRK module. Now it is going to open the srk.py. Inside this one only will be stored in the backend, not remaining 2. Only add function will be stored in the backend. So from SRK import add of 10, 20 means just it is going to execute only add. Now, if you're asking with the sub, whatever the sub is there, sub of 10, 20, if you ask means it will throw an error because sub you have not imported. You have imported only one called as add function only you have imported. Now, what is the use of this one means? For example, earlier I have shown you import math. Import math means inside the math module, almost 50 functions are available. All the 50 functions I don't require, like sine theta, cos theta, tan theta, cosine, and all these things I don't require. I required within the math, some certain functions are required. What are the functions I required means exponential function one required, log function I required. So these functions only I required. Now only these functions are required means only these things I'm going to import. Not all of them. Now what happens if you import like this, sir? What is the difference, sir? If you import math means okay, 50 functions are working. What is the problem for you, sir? Why to import only 2? If remaining 48 are also executing in the backend, what is the problem for you? It will execute, right? But memory waste. The RAM. Backend means what is the backend? Memory. Memory is storing that one. In your mobile phone, you are doing multitasking. Multiple things you are doing. Automatically, the previous one, where it is getting stored? In your RAM only. If you open multiple applications and you open one of them is PUBG, now if you open means what happens? It will have with respect to lag. The game will have lag. So if you clean all your multitasking, what are the previous applications? If you clean miss, you are erasing the previous applications. RAM will be very fast, right? So here, in order to use the memory, so we are going to import only the certain functions which we require, not all the functions, right? Now, whenever you have imported that particular function, you can directly use the function only. You don't need to write srk dot because already this one was imported from srk only, right? So this function was directly imported from srk only. So directly you can start with the function name only. No need to write srk dot extension. Okay. So whatever you have imported from there, you have to start that. For example, you have imported srk miss, import srk miss, srk you have to start. From srk you have to start. You have imported add function miss, you have to start from the add. Whatever you have imported from there, you have to start. Okay. From there you can call directly. Next, from srk import star. From srk import star means everything, all the functions you are going to import. Sir, you told earlier this is equal to import srk, right? Import srk also imports all the functions. From star import star, from srk import star also import all the functions. Then what is the difference between these two? From srk import star. From srk import star means all will be imported. All will be imported. Everything will be imported. Whatever you are having, everything will be imported. Import srk means everything will be imported. Answer is same. Everything will be imported. Whatever you are having inside that, functions means functions, variables means variables, whatever are available, everything will be imported. In this case, everything is imported. In this case, also everything is imported. Then what is the difference means? Here, import srk means from srk, you have to start. You have to use like this. Here, in this case, directly the function name only you can use. That is the difference. So print x means automatically x will be printed within the whatever the srk is there, that x will be printed. Add of 10, 20, sub of 10, 20. You don't need to write srk.x, srk.add, srk.sub. srk word you don't need to use. That is the advantage which we are having here. From srk, import star means it is going to import what all the functions and whatever you are having. Next, last option. From srk, import x as y. You can rename the member also. The function name also you can rename. You can rename the module. At the same time, you can rename the function also while importing. From srk, I'm importing x as y, add as sum, sub as minus. Now print y. What is meant by y? Which is nothing but x only. Sum of 10, 20. What is meant by sum? Basically, sum was not designed. I have designed add, but add is as sum. Now, whenever you are asking sum in the backend, it is add only. Add 10, 20. Minus 10, minus is nothing but sub only. You can even rename the with respect to the functions also while calling. Sir, what is the use of like this? There is no use. They have created. You are having the option. If you want, you can use. No means no. Okay. So import srk as directly rename is useful is there because the function name is there like this, right? That much of big function, sorry, that big module name is there. Instead of that big module name, shortcut we are going to create. Is that clear? All the options are clear. Any questions? So modules means nothing but already whatever the functions are there, we are going to import. I'm not going to explain what is the function inside the code of the function. Nothing I have explained. That already we have created using for loop or using while loop or using if and else, whatever the functions you have created. Now we are going to use those functions only. That existing functions you are going to use. If you want to create your own function means you are going to create. Sir, Yesterday's class, you have told us user defined functions. And in today's class, you have told us user defined modules. Right? Now, when we have to create a function, when we have to create a module. For example, you are using that function only for one time. Okay, that function, whatever the code, one certain code is there. Okay, certain 5 lines or 4 lines of code or 10 lines of code is there. One time only you are going to use for one time. For one time use means don't create the function also, time waste. For that function name waste, return waste, everything is waste. One time only you are going to use, not directly keep inside the normal code only. You are going to reuse the same code. You are going to reuse the same code means create the function. This function has to be utilized by your team members. Other members also, they have to use your function means create the module and share it to them. Is that clear? User defined modules, why we are going to create means, for example, in my company, I have created one shortcut, some user defined functions I have created. Now my friends has asked me, in my team, other members has asked me that share that function, whatever the function you have created. I'm going to save that one, everything in the Python file, and that Python file directly I'm going to share them. There no need to copy that exact function into the Python Jupyter notebook. Directly they will use the import, and directly using by import, they will simply execute that one. Still more shortcut. For this one-time shortcut is function. For this multiple again shortcut is this one. For shortcut to again shortcut. Right? Is that clear? Next, we are having one more module called as random module. This is also one of the inbuilt module, which is called as random module. One of the most important module. Right? So import random. Random is inbuilt. So random.random, there is a function called as random function within the random module. Module name is random. Within that function name is also called as random. Now this is random function. This function is having the brackets. Whenever there is a brackets, automatically it is function. So this is a module name. This is the function name. This function is going to give you randomly between 0 to 1. Randomly. The moment you execute, you'll get different answers. Okay. So once whatever the PDF I have uploaded, in that one of the answer will be like this. Sir, you don't ask that question, sir. I'm getting a different answer, sir. Different value. Random, right? Randomly it is going to choose. Okay. The moment you execute one more time, you'll get a different value. Sir, like this, it is going to return only one. One only it is going to return. One value only. Sir, I want 5 to 6 values. I like that. I want 5 values or 10 values or 20 values. Use the for loop. For I in range of 5, random.random. So it is going to print. First time, it is going to take I is equal to 1. I mean, I is equal to 0. Execute the code. Execute the code. What is the code? Random.random. It is going to execute. I is equal to 1. Execute. I is equal to 2. Execute. I is equal to 3. Execute. I is equal to 4. Execute. Like this 5 times it is going to execute. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 times it is going to execute for different I values. 5 times this is executed. 5 different values you have got it. Right? Sir, this is by default. Sir, it is giving between 0 to 1. I want not like this integers I want. This function was created for only 0 to 1. For that purpose, different function is there. This function was created only for 0 to 1. If you want integer from 1 to 1000, between 1 to 1000, you want one number. You are getting with 218. So like in the Google, type in the Google, random number generator. Just type in the Google. Here, minimum value of 1, maximum value I'm keeping 0, and click on the generate. It is generating 52. And one more time I'm generating 70. One more time I'm generating. So each time I'm generating, it is going to select one different value. One value it is going to select. What is the backend code? Nothing but random.randint. Whatever the starting number you have entered and whatever the end number is there, it is going to execute in this way. Okay, lucky draw systems are there, right? All the lucky draw systems will work in this way. Whatever the token numbers they have allotted, the starting number to ending number, whatever it is there, they are going to create the range, and within that, they are going to select one number randomly. Right? Sir, if I want to take 5 numbers, randomly 5 numbers, for loop, again for loop. These all the functions are created for one time only. List.remove for one time. If you want to remove multiple values, for loop. For example, there is a list 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. You are having like this. Now, list L.remove of 10 is by default, first one only will be removed. If you use the for loop, automatically, every time it will execute. Whenever there is a remove 10 is available, it is going to remove. Okay. Right? Next, So I told you, right? In the lucky draw system, they are going to enter the starting value, ending value, and randomly they are going to choose. Starting value is, for example, tokens I have issued from 1,000 to 10,000. Second number 10,000. Between 1,000 to 10,000, 4-digit tokens have allotted for the people. So in this, it is going to select one number randomly. Okay. Next, sir, I want only even numbers, sir, not odd numbers. Only even numbers I want, or only odd numbers, or a particular range. So in the range function, rand range is the function is available. Rand range where 2, 101, 2 means starting number 2 with a range of just forget about this one. What is meant by this range? Miss range 2, 4, 6, 8. It is going to do the increment of 2 and it is going to take, right? From that randomly it is going to select. Just it is going to select randomly from that. Only even numbers will be selected. No odd numbers will be displayed. In that case, we have to use the rand range function. Now, for one more, there is a list: Sunny, Bunny, Chinny, Winnie. 4 names are there. I want to select one name. Okay, random choice. I'm going to choose the choice, and I'm asking with this. Generally, we'll ask our friend, touch out of these 2 fingers, 1 finger. We'll ask like this, right? Instead of asking, we'll ask here only. Finger 1, finger 2. Python will select 1 finger. Instead of your friend, Python will select. That's it. Right? Choice means out of the given one. Out of the given one, it is going to select randomly 1. If you want 2 miss, for loop, for I in range of 2. Is that clear? Same code you want to repeat for second time miss, for loop. Whenever you want repetition in your brain, repetition is there miss, loop. 1 time miss, 1 time. Is that clear, guys? Sir, what is the use of random module? I told you, right, just now. Lucky draw system randomly. So tomorrow, if I want to do mock interview, which student I have to select? Randomly only, right? Then lucky draw only, right? We have to follow. What are the student names I'm having? The list of student names in my Excel sheet, I'm having the student names. I'm going to choose randomly 1 number. For example, 1 student, if I'm asking, first day I have chosen 1 student and asked the question. Second day, same student I'm asking. Third day, same student I'm asking. Now that student will think that sir is having some kind of grudge on me. So that is the reason he's focusing only on me and he's asking like this. They'll feel like that, right? Now randomly, if I'm asking the student miss, which is called as random. So this random module is going to be useful in our future purpose. Most number of times we are going to use this one only, random, because we are going to use random sampling. There is a technique called as random sampling, and then data science will work on the random sampling. Okay. Is that clear? Any questions? Yeah, you can ask what are the questions you have. That is the end of the session for today. With this, the entire core Python is completed.